Hey, welcome back to another Minecraft story time. How are you guys doing today? I've been really enjoying making these videos, just, playing my games, reading the stories, saying my own stories. But for today's video, I'm going to be reading Reddit stories. And this first one comes from the subreddit called r/am I overreacting, a very popular one. So I'm excited. So the title is, am I overreacting for telling my partner that she needs to stop relying on me for absolutely every emergency? Wow. All right, let's get into it. Throwaway because my significant other knows my main account. Yesterday, I, 40 male, threw my back out and I can barely even move. This morning, my partner, 31 female, tells me her low tire pressure light is on after work. Knowing she knows how to put air in her tires and that there is a 24/7 gas station near where she works at, she calls me in a panic because when she tried to put air in her tires, she deflated it the rest of the way. I told her to go get a can of Fix a Flat from the convenience store attached to the gas station with step-by-step instructions on how to use it. She gets upset because I'm not coming to help change her tire. I told her it's something I wouldn't be able to do in the condition I am in, and I could barely even stand up, and that she needs to stop relying on other people when things go wrong all the time, because things happen and sometimes you have to be able to handle things by yourself or to sign up for AAA. I get that I might be overreacting because a flat tire is not fun, and when you don't know how to change a tire, it's daunting, but I've also offered to teach her how to he worded this weird. I've also offered to teach her how to change a tire twice in the past when I have had to come and rescue her on the side of the road from flat tires. She refused both times. Okay, so this is kind of crazy. And the first comment says, you are not overreacting at 31. You should know how to handle these situations yourself. Okay, so this is a little crazy because the first commenter has a point. Not overreacting at 31, you should know how to handle these situations yourself. But here's the issue. No one wants to have a flat tire. I'm not going to lie, like, no one wants to do that. Every time we are driving and, the car mutters or the car does something messed up, like, that if something happens to your car, you're going to have to pull over, or even worse, be forced to stop, and you're going to have a horrible next couple hours. Calling people calling 911, calling XYZ, it is the worst. So the partner that you love is asking you to come over, and you are like, nah, no chance. However, the OP also described that he blew his back out, and he can't even walk. So it's like, I understand both point of views, where this guy's like, yo, you need to be independent. I can't even physically be there, and you are throwing a tantrum. And she's like, hey, like, this is a really unfortunate thing that happened to me. The least you can do is get here. This is a very, very, very tricky situation. If I had to give advice, I would say that, is there a way to compromise? Like, is there a way that, like, you could try to go there, or like call her and give her instructions as you call her? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there has to be some way to fix this. I'm not going to say you're overreacting, but I'm not going to say you're being normal about it either. Like, this is like a tricky one. Cut this out, Luke. Post that any. And wow, okay, so a comment here actually kind of went off on her. Not overreacting. Your partner is a grown woman, and she should be able to figure things out on her own. I don't even ask my husband to help me with a low tire when the car is in my own garage. As an aside, how the heck did she completely deflate her tire? And can't she just screw the hose back on and re-inflate it? Like, it's not that difficult. I guess that's the point. It's not that difficult. It's one thing to call you for a really big emergency. This is not an emergency. This is just an annoying thing. Your girlfriend needs to put her big girl pants on and act like an adult. In fact, I think it's good you're not going to help. It sounds like your girlfriend has always had someone do all these little things for her. There are going to be times when there's no one around to help, and she's going to have to problem solve for herself. Let her learn how to do that. Also, there might not be anything wrong with that tire. She probably doesn't need to fix a flat. It could be just a set and change in temperature that caused the higher to go a little low. I had that happen a couple weeks ago. I just hooked up my little tire pump with the one that comes with the car and put it in the 8 psi. It was low. It's been fine for the last 2 weeks. Okay, so how do I word this? You are not overreacting because your girlfriend is 31 years old and she is a grown woman and she should be able to like figure things out on her own, or at least do it. But I also understand her point of view when you have never had to do something your whole life and your partner is someone who knows how to do it and they're just like, hey, like, go to this store and buy this. I can't help you. It's gonna be annoying. Like, it's just something that catches me off guard is like people are instantly like, no, this is just her fault. And it's like, it would be annoying if it happened to you. Let's be honest, you know? So, yeah, I guess that's the first Reddit story. That was a good one. On to the next. Okay, so this next story comes from the Reddit r/relationship advice. I'm a big fan of this subreddit. I think there's just a lot of like interesting dilemmas and it's cool to see everyone giving out results and advice in the comments when it comes to relationships. And here we go. This is the second story. My 30M best friend's 32M wife, 28F. So the OP is 30M, his best friend is 32M, and his wife is 28F. The wife did something highly unethical at work, and I think I need to report her, although it almost certainly will get her fired. How do I navigate not wanting to hurt them with this violation? I'm going to try to make this as straightforward as possible. Due to my father's recent death, I've came into a substantial amount of money. My best friend's wife, who I also consider a friend, works for an estate planning attorney. I have a kid with an ex, 27F. My ex and my best friend's wife got very close when my ex and I were together and remained close. I went to my best friend's wife about the inheritance to set up a meeting with her boss to discuss estate planning. I had a good meeting. We have set up a revocable trust for my kid with various contingencies and whatnot. I have not discussed this at all with my ex because I see it as none of her business. Well, my best friend's wife apparently told my ex about the things I was doing with my estate. My ex called me furious. And in parentheses, just for context, we have split custody, but I pay child support due to making significantly more than my ex, and the inheritance has no impact whatsoever on my child support obligation. I told my ex, 1, this was none of her business, and 2, she has no right to know about that. When I pressed my ex, she admitted my best friend's wife told her. I called my best friend mad myself. His wife eventually called me and apologized. She said she let a few things slip over drinks, and then when my ex pressed her, she gave the details. She begged me not to tell the boss. My best friend made the same request. I love both of these people and understand mistakes can happen, but I am also upset and do not know how to deal with this. Any advice on how to navigate would be appreciated. Cut this out. You are completely in the right. I feel like this would be way more helpful if we had the context on what happened with your ex-wife. And you said that you have a kid with the ex-wife and you set up a thing for the kid and, you know, a trust for the kid with the contingencies. But I feel like this post would help a lot more if we had more context on what happened between you and your ex and how close you two are. It seems like you guys are on pretty bad terms. If 1, you broke up, and 2, you only care about paying the child support. I think the ex of you has every right to be upset, but I think she should not have ever figured out that information because that is a violation of the work code of your best friend's wife. Like, you talked about a serious thing about a trust fund, about the money you got from your father passing. You talked about that with your best friend's wife, which is her job. She is not allowed to let a few things slip to her best friend, who is your ex. This is all insane. And obviously, routine, I'm going to read the first comment. If you choose not to tell the firm, you still need to find a new estate planner or financial advisor. She cannot be trusted. The main issue here is that you will not be able to discuss any of this with your friend. If you ever go on a trip, buy a new car, buy a new house, your friend's wife will tell your ex, you have to decide if this is something you are willing to deal with. I completely agree. Turns out this is a common sentiment in the comments that you should not be doing business with this woman, even though she's good at her job and you want to support her and you want to stay close with your best friend while also supporting your best friend's wife work. The simple truth is she is best friends with your ex who you are not on good terms with. You are only hanging on by a thread with her by paying child support. And you just cannot afford to be close to your best friend's wife. It's just not an ideal thing. Like, she's going to keep saying this, that, letting things slip. So I'd say, honestly, if you want my honest opinion, I don't think there's no right or wrong answer, but I would say you should stop doing business with her and don't tell the boss. I think you should spare her, right? Don't hold it over her head, spare her, and then never work with her ever again. So she gets to keep her job, but she's not working with you. I think that's a win for both of you. Man, what a good story. Very exciting. Okay, so I kind of want to make this video a bit shorter, and I'm going to end up reading one more Reddit story, and I'm going to sign out. So here we go. This last story is from Relationship Advice again, and here's the title. I, 18M, got incredibly drunk on vacation and slept with one of my friends, 25F, and I think my other friends know. How do I even look at her in the face? God, I am so effing stressed out right now. Sorry if this is TMI or something, but I legitimately never gotten so intoxicated I'd do something like this, and I'm so embarrassed. Me and 7 of my close friends, early 20s mainly, I'm the youngest, she's the oldest, are on vacation together, and naturally, we're having fun. Mind you, we're in a country where 18 is the drinking age, but we're from America where it's 21. Anyways, I got absolutely hammered, and I think I blacked out for the first time. I remember the situation leading up, but I'm so embarrassed and would really rather not share. It was kind of bad. No one really initiated. We're in separate hotel rooms, and obviously we'll see each other soon, and I don't even know what to say to anyone. Around everyone, I think I just shut the frick up and act like everything's normal. What do I say to her? Do I? Do we just never mention this ever again? Please help LMAO. This is the first time anything has ever gone wrong getting hammered. Okay, so this is tricky because technically this is legal. You are 18 and she is 25. It's weird, right? I think if the roles were reversed and a 25-year-old dude hooked up with an 18-year-old girl, that's a little odd, right? Technically it's legal, but it's just weird. But there's a bit of a double standard. But when a guy gets with an older girl like this, it's like, oh yeah, cool, man, way to go. So you kind of don't have to worry about judgment. If anything, you have to worry about her getting judged, especially if in the group you come off as more like the younger, innocent type, and she's like the oldest one. People might see her a bit differently. But I think you kind of act like it's normal. First of all, I think you talk to her. I don't know what you think this is going to do on Reddit. I understand you want advice. You got to call your friend up. The friend that you hooked up with, you got to call her up or meet up with her in person and be like, hey, that was a crazy thing that happened. We don't have to talk about it, but how do we handle this? Do we just ignore it? Do we act like nothing happened? Like, what do you want to do? I think any advice that we try to give here might work, but I think the best course of action is to talk to her. First comment says, sounds like you've learned a very valuable lesson. Yes, you be mature and treat her normally. And then another comment, imagine the looks of when she turns up pregnant. Just kidding. What you did is pretty normal. Between consenting adult friends, it was good or bad. Who cares? Live and learn. I'd say, I don't know. I think the age difference is a bit weird, but again, you are both um, fully consenting adults as long as you both had a good time. And yeah, like, I think you two can still be friends as long as you don't make it weird and she doesn't make it weird. You both can still be friends. So, yeah. I'd say just talk to her about it and keep it going, keep the friendship going, and let life unfold. And yeah, hopefully this works out in your favor. All right, so that is the end of this Reddit story. That is the end of this Reddit Minecraft video. You guys are the best. I love all of you. I'll see you next time. Peace.